two early races this evening. These are non-betting races. These are two-year-old trotters. The one is Mystic Memory, driven by Ivan Sugg. The two, Mrs. McGregor, driven by Duke Sugg. Three made easy for Steve Boroff, and the four, I'm a Pushover, handled by Willard Miller. Again, we have two of these non-betting trots this evening. Field of four in each. You'll note the starting car on the backside will pick up these two-year-old trotters and school them one lap before letting them go on the backside. First field of two-year-olds on the backstretch. And they're off. First from the outside, I'm a Pushover. Getting the first call, Mrs. McGregor from between horses is second. Made Easy gets away third, and off the rail came Mystic Memory. Into the first turn, it's the Ohio bred gelding, I'm a Pushover, with the lead by 2.5. Mrs. McGregor to the inside is trotting his second, followed by Mystic Memory, now settling in third, Made Easy, around the first turn. I'm a Pushover making his career debut here, has a lead by 1.5 lengths, but here comes the two-year-old filly Mystic Memory now to the outside. The opening quarter, 34-1. To the stretch, and Ivan Sugg putting Mystic Memory to the front end. Here is a BJ's Mac filly making her first start. A typey-looking filly, Mystic Memory leads her by 3. I'm a Pushover to the inside is second. Duke has a crowning point filly, Mrs. McGregor, at the rail, and they're trotting third. And the trailer is a Baltic Santana fillet. Colt, rather. Made Easy, the half, in 105-1 as they swing to the backside. Mystic Memory continues the lead. I'm a Pushover to the back to the outside, the challenge. Made Easy to the outside. He's racing third. In the pocket, Mrs. McGregor. They're paired up here as they race towards the final turn with Mystic Memory by 3/4 of a length. I'm a Pushover. On the outside, took a look, is trotting a second, but can't keep up with that filly. 3/4, 136-4, around the final turn, and Mystic Memory. 2.5, 3 lengths to the inside. Mrs. McGregor advancing quickly here on the rail is now second as they move to the top of the stretch. And with the lead, it's Mystic Memory to the inside and trotting a second. Here comes Mrs. McGregor, and the Duke Saga the outside with Mrs. McGregor will get up to win this one. Mrs. McGregor by a nose. Time of the mile, 2:08. To New York Town with Ivan Sugg. The 3 overs technique. The driver is Jim Daly. And the 4 Lucky Montana with Doug Mace. Schooled one lap again before starting on the backside. Second field of two-year-old trotters on the backstretch. And they're off. Front of the outside, Lucky Montana is the first to leave. Overs Technique alongside. Gets away second. New York Town to the inside. Trots third. Overs Butler. The early trailer fourth into the first turn. And Lucky Montana, the Ohio-bred Lucky Elmhurst. Opening up quickly here. The little trotter leads by 3. At the rail and trotting is second is the Overcomer gelding Overs Technique. Followed by New York Town from the Hamiltonian winning Harmonious. Opening quarter in 32-2. And on the front with the lead, it's the little machine Lucky Montana. Lucky Montana trotting along nicely here by 3. Overs Technique is trotting his second. At the rail, third is New York Town. Overs Butler trailing. Into the clubhouse turn. First career start for all 4 of these two-year-olds. They reach the halfway point in 1 of 4 and 2, and now to the outside. Sugg putting Lucky Montana to the test with New York Town as they move up alongside the leader, and New York Town surging to the outside takes the lead away, and New York Town now the leader by a length. Lucky Montana sticking right there with him, gamely second. Over's Technique is about 4 lengths back. Then comes Over's Butler, the overcomer, into the final turn, and New York Town stretching out nicely here as he begins to pour it on. 3/4, 135 around the final turn. New York Town with the lead here, 4 lengths, and New York Town extending his lead. And Lucky Montana still there as a solid second, with less than a 16th to go. And New York Town strutting his stuff here, showing us what he's made of. New York Town, the harmonious, take this one here. Lucky Montana and Over's Technique, Over's Butler fourth. All 4 with solid efforts. That mile, 2:05 and 1. Horses entering the track for this evening's first race, the first half of the daily double. These are fillies and mares, maiden claiming pacers, racing 1 mile. The one is Caitlin C. By Richard Eugene and Rochelle Kelly of London. Jerry Roberts, the trainer driver. 2 is Party Pam, owned by Troy Brown of Springfield. He also trains. The driver change is Brent Holland. 3 Pocket Edition, leased and trained by Sherry Myers of South Charleston, with Dan Eder driving. Number 4, More Cheers, owned by Richard and Doug Ryan of Howard. Doug Ryan trains and drives. The 5 horse is Aim Too High, owned by Ralph Aronson of Columbus. Rick Jordan, the trainer driver. The 6, I'm Unforgettable, owned by Roger Hall of Utica and Gail Hall of Newark. Eric Hall trains. Tom Hall drives. 7, Red Romaine, owned by Dave Noel of Dublin. Don Feaster, the trainer driver. The 8, Rocks Ann Hill, owned by Greg Bucky of Dublin and Sanford Solomon of Columbus. Andrea Miller trains. Del Miller drives. And from post 9, Annie Bama, owned by Johnny and Robert Stan of Circleville. Robert Stan trains. Eric Lenford is in the sulky. Win Play Show, Perfecta, and Trifecta Wager. This field is on the backstretch, approaching the start. And they're off, and it's More Cheers, the first to leave, and we have a horse down leaving. As they move away between horses, More Cheers took that lead from the outside, and challenging early comes Annie Bama. Towards the inside is Party Pam, to the outside in 4th, Red Romaine at the rail in 5. Pocket Edition on the rail in 6th, I'm Unforgettable. It's a gap of 2 lengths. 7th to Caitlin C, and the trail of 8th is Roxanne Hill, and that was Aim Too High, who went down at the start. The opening quarter in 29 and 1. And on the front here to the outside, here comes Red Romaine making her bid for the lead. Annie Bama to the inside is 2nd. More Cheers follows 3rd. Party Pam remains 4th. And here comes Pocket Edition now as Ader moves her to the outside. I'm Unforgettable at the rail, racing 6th along the rail, and 3 lengths 7th is Caitlin C. under the trailer Rocks and Hill. The half in 59 and 1. They move to the backstretch, and Red Romaine, a 12 to 1 shot of the front here by 2. Annie Bama at the rail is 2nd. Pocket Edition coming up on the outside with a quick rush, and Pocket Edition is moving quickly here. She was 4th. She's now 2nd, and right to the front she goes. Pocket Edition surging to the front will quickly open up by 3. Red Romaine caught by surprise on the inside, now 2nd. I'm Unforgettable, gapping her cover badly, is 4th as they reach that 3/4 and 130 and 4 around the final turn, and it's Pocket Edition with the lead. But to the outside, it's the 9 to 1 I'm Unforgettable, who's closing ground quickly. And behind her is Party Pam. They move to the top of the stretch with less than an 1/8 of a mile to go. And it's Pocket Edition looking to win her first career start here this evening. And she's a solid leader. She leads by 4. A battle here for place with Party Pam and More Cheers, but it's Pocket Edition at the wire. Party Pam was 2nd, and More Cheers 3rd. Trackside, the unofficial winner, number 3, Pocket Edition. She a 3-year-old daughter of Troublemaker from the Big Towner mare, Editor's Choice. Leased and trained by Sherry Myers of South Charleston, nicely handled by Dan Ader. Pocket Edition. Her first career start is a winning one, pacing the mile in 2 minutes and 4/5. And the first race now official. Parade Marshal Kathy McDonald leading the horses postward race number 2 this evening's second, the final for the Millen Acres Trotting Series. 5-year-olds and under racing 1 mile, a purse of $6,600. And the one is Tug Button by John Mace of Washington Courthouse, Doug Mace, the trainer driver. The 2 is Hyatt Hill by Joanna Beaver of Delaware. Chris Beaver trains and drives. The 3, TK Shea, owned by Terry Milhone, Peter Gary, and Bernie Boland of Ohio, New Jersey. Terry Milhone, the trainer driver. The 4 is JMC, owned by Ruth Carroll of Chillicothe. Dan Eder trains, Dave Miller drives. Number 5, Tizzy Liz, owned by Vlash, Parks, and Norris. Mark Vlash, the trainer, Dave Hawk driving. The 6, DC's Lace Louise, owned by Richard Kirby of Richwood, Ohio. Daryl Kirby trains. Ryan Holton drives. 7, Blazing Dia, owned and trained by Andrew Price of Lockburn for Del Miller. The 8 is second race, Millen Acres Trotting Series, lining up, moving in. On the backstretch, there they go. And they're off and trotting, and first away, TK Shane alongside is JMC from the outside. Overly Precious, Blazing Dia right there trotting 4th. Coming through 5th at the rail, Hyatt Hill, Tug Button follows 6th. At the rail in 7th, the great Tizzy Liz to the outside in 8th. Hinkle, the trailer 9th is DC's Lacey Louise around the first turn. And TK's Shane looking to take JMC all the way here. Parks into the first quarter mile marker. They reach that first quarter mile in 28 3. And they're slugging it out of the front end here. JMC making a determined drive to the front end. TK Shane strings him out all the way here. On the outside and trotting a 3rd, Blazing Dia. Hyatt Hill at the rail is trotting a 4th. It's 2 lengths 5 to Tug Button. Another 3 lengths 6 to Overly Precious. Then comes Tizzy Liz. Another clubhouse turn, and JMC has finally cleared and has taken the lead from TK Shane, who's now 2 lengths back second, reaching the half in a quick 57 3 as they swing to the backside. And Miller looking to reel in JMC here. They'll need a breather. TK Shane on the inside is trotting his second. On the outside, here comes Hyatt Hill as he makes a bid for the lead. Blazing Dia at the rail is 4th. Tug Button comes to the outside 5. Overly Precious into traffic now, is locked in helplessly. And Hinkle sent 3 wide of the outside. Field slowly coming together here as they move into that final turn, and it's heavily favored JMC with the lead. 3/4, 129 1. Inside the 14 1, Hyatt Hill is trotting a second. And at the rail, the 30 1 shot, TK Shane is still there. A game 3rd as they move to the top of the stretch. They've lost at an 1/8 of a mile to go, and it's JMC with the lead. On the inside, Hyatt Hill the closest to challenge. TK Shane now battling for show. Tug Button coming to the outside, but it's JMC. He'll take this one here. Hyatt Hill getting up for second, and Overly Precious far outside 3rd. Of the 1996 Millen Acres Trotting Series, number 4, JMC. A talented 4-year-old son of Tabor Lobel from the BF mare Shadow Hill. He's a homebred owned by Ruth Carroll of Chillicothe. Dan Eder, the trainer, Dave Miller in the sulky. JMC sweeping the Millen Acres Series, winning both legs and the final. Trotting tonight's mile 2:01 1, put to the test the first half, but putting this field away with ease. Number 3, Stallions and Gildings, racing 1 mile, purse $2,000. Number 1, Times Arrow, hauled by Barbara Amos of Vernon, New York. William Emerson trains, Jim Daly drives. The 2, Pack a Punch, hauled by Edwin Cook of Londonderry. Richard Cook, the trainer-driver. 3, Keystone and Ola, hauled by Ankrum of Circleville and Gregory of Newark. Jim Arledge Jr. trains, Jeff out driving. The 4, Osborne's Log, owned and trained by Robert Marshall of Lynchburg, Virginia, with Sean Barker. From post 5, Hold On Loosely, owned by Randy Lane of Ostrander. Robert Russell of Delaware. Ron Boston trains and drives. The 6, I Ain't A-Quittin' Now, owned by Dean Davis of Worcester. Ron Steck of Sunbury and Bradford of Ohio. Ron Steck, the trainer-driver. Number 7, Downtown Society, owned by Turgliato of Perrysburg and Stoller of Michigan. Travis Redden training at driver's change to Brent Holland. The 8 is Governor Hooney, owned by Dorothy Hamilton of Wilmington. Larry Tinch, the trainer-driver. From post 9, Aljamar, owned by Laura Samuels of Dublin. Tom Blankenship trains Justin Hall in the sulky. One play show perfect. Third race, pacing Stallions and Geldings. They're all in behind the gate. They're on the backstretch. There they go. And they're off, and Pack a Punch fires for the lead from the inside. It's Times Arrow. Keystone and Ola ducking quickly here tonight. Gets away third to the outside, racing fourth. Hold On Loosely. Outside in 5 comes Governor Hooney out the rail, but off stride 6th is Osborne's Log. Moving to the outside 7th, I Ain't A-Quittin' Now, followed by Downtown Society. The trailer is Aljamar. Around the first turn, they're at the first quarter. Times Arrow, their first, 28 and 3. Pack a Punch, the guard spot trip. Keystone and Ola is third. Governor Hooney 4th. Hold On Loosely. To the outside, moving first up in 5th. I Ain't A-Quittin' Now joins the cover flow 6th at the rail in 7th. Downtown Society. Aljamar is 8th. And still having trouble, the trailer is Osborne's Log. Into the clubhouse turn, and Times Arrow, heavily favored here on the front by a length and a half. Pack a Punch, unhurried is second. Hold On Loosely, inching up on the outside, advancing third. Half in 101 as they move to the backstretch. Keystone and Ola, 4th at the rail. Governor Hooney is 3 lengths back 5. I Ain't A-Quittin' Now is 6th. At the rail in 7th, Downtown Society. Down the backstretch, and Times Arrow continues to lead by 2, has led every step of the mile. The 6-1 Pack a Punch is on the inside behind him. And to the outside, Hold On Loosely. A 21-1 shot is now second and pressuring the leader, but he's been parked every step of the mile. 3/4 in 131 and 2. Around the final turn, and Times Arrow by a length. Hold On Loosely, still there, still game, and still second. Pack a Punch now waiting for racing room at the rail is third. Inside 4th, the Keystone and Ola to the top of the stretch with less than 1/8 of a mile to go, and Times Arrow, Pack a Punch, come to the outside, and Times Arrow under the left-handed whip, responding to that challenge as Daly asks for more. Times Arrow, gate to wire in 2 minutes flat. Pack a Punch was second. Keystone and Ola gets up for third. Trackside is the unofficial winner, number 1, Times Arrow. 4-year-old gelded son of Dignitarian for the Meadow Skipper mare, Propeller. Followed by Barbara Amos of Vernon, New York. William Emerson is the trainer. Jim Daly in the sulky. Times Arrow recording his first career win this evening. He takes a mark of 2 minutes flat. This is a condition trot, racing 1 mile. A purse of $4,000. The 3-horse has been scratched. Number 1, JD's Action, owned by Sue Brown and Louis Dolgen of Toledo. Tim Muter trains and drives. The 2, Joshua's Legacy, held and trained by Milo Condit of Delaware for Ron Steck. 3 is a late scratch. The 4, Grand Debonair, owned and trained by Jerry Grant of Pleasant Plain. Mike Wilder drives. The 5, Independent Blaze, owned by Richard and Betty McNutt of Millersburg. Jeff Cox, the trainer-driver. From post 6, Vienna's Goodstock, owned by Anna Crumley of Clermont, Florida. Don Irvin Jr., the trainer-driver. 7 is Mirthful Jane, owned by John Stifler Jr. and Kim Plummer of Jackson. Terry Holton trains with Ryan Holton. Number 8, Dias Class, owned by Gulcher of Hudson and Rosenberg of Ohio. Lloyd Hawk trains, Dave Hawk drives. And the 9, Waterloo Dale, owned by John Stewart Jr. of Indiana. Joe Essig trains. John Collins is in the sulky. Win Play Show, perfect. The gates on the backstretch. There they go. They're off-handed trotting, and it's Vienna's Good Stock from the middle of the track. Inside and trotting a second, it's Grand Debonair. JD's Action from off the rail came away third. To the inside fourth, Joshua's Legacy. Independent Blaze settles in fifth. At the rail in sixth comes Mirthful Jane, trotting a seventh. Is Dias Class, Waterloo Dale, the trailer. Round the first turn, and Vienna's Good Stock settles in on the front, but here comes JD's Action with a quarter move to take the lead. JD's Action to the front in 29 3. Vienna's Good Stock yielding behind the heavily favored JD's Action. At the rail in third is Grand Debonair. Joshua's Legacy is next for it. Independent Blaze 2 lengths. 5. Mirthful Jane comes to the outside first up in sixth. Dias Class flushing that cover seventh. Waterloo Dale continues to trail as they approach the half with JD's Action on the front, a length and a half. Vienna's Good Stock is a patient second. The half in 1 minute 2, and Joshua's Legacy sent on his way to the outside. Mirthful Jane gapping that cover about 3 lengths, trotting for it. Grand Debonair fifth at the rail. Dias Class to the outer flow is sixth. Independent Blaze shuffle back seventh, and the trailer is Waterloo Dale. Down the backside, and Joshua's Legacy is 7-1 shot, has the lead, but leading only a neck as they move into that final turn. JD's Action takes the inside to his advantage. 3/4 at 1:30. Midway to the final turn, Joshua's Legacy putting JD's Action to the test. Vienna's Good Stock, now well rested, is waiting for racing room, and here comes Grand Debonair, angling to the outside with less than an eighth, and down the stretch they come. It's JD's Action. Joshua's Legacy went off stride, giving Vienna's Good Stock room to race as he comes to the outside. Vienna's Good Stock on the outside. JD's Action on the inside. Vienna's Good Stock getting up by a half. Trackside is the official winner, number 6, Vienna's Good Stock, an 8-year-old son of Cornstalk from the Speed and Action mare, Vienna Speedy, by Anna Cromley of Clermont, Florida, trained and nicely handled tonight by Donovan Jr. Vienna's Good Stock, his second start here at Scioto Downs, coming in from Northfield Park, recording his 6th of the season, trotting the mile in 2:01. The 6'4 Perfecta paying $266 even, $266. Fifth race, pacing Stallions and Geldings. They're on behind the gate. Gate swings into the backstretch. There they go. And they're off. And it's the 7, Brave New World, sent hard for the lead. Fred the Hatmaker from off the pylon second. Tigger Star flashing some pace third. Max Casey gets away fourth to the inside. 5, Frisky's Hurricane at the rail sixth. Rick and Dick 2 lengths 7th to Enabler. At the rail 8th, Crown Time MacArthur to the inside and racing 9th as they round the upper turn. It's Warm Image. The trailer wins some flat out. The opening quarter in 28 3. Coming to the stretch and on the front with the lead. It's Brave New World by 2. Fred the Hatmaker, the guard spot trip second. Tigger Star left uncovered, parked to the outside. First up, Max Casey in the pocket is fourth. Frisky's Hurricane, fifth at the rail, followed by Rick and Dick. Next in line is Enabler. Behind him, Crown Time MacArthur. Then it's a gap of 2 to Warm Image and Win Some flat out. Approaching the half. Brave New World has led every step of the mile. Odds on favorite here, takes him to the half in 59 1. To the outside, Tigger Star still parked uncovered, taking all the air here. Fred the Hatmaker now locked in third on the inside, and here comes Rick and Dick 3 wide to the outside. Max Casey shuffled back in, buried fifth, alongside and racing a sixth. It's Enabler, and 3 wide comes Win Some flat out. Field begins to tighten up on Brave New World, but he still leads here a length and a quarter. At the 3/4 in 1:30. And Rick and Dick on the outside, a 7-1 shot, getting up alongside the leader. And Fred the Hatmaker still gapping slightly here. Third on the inside, Max Casey shakes loose and angles off the pylons. Turning for home now, less than an eighth of a mile to go. And down the stretch they come. Rick and Dick on the outside has a lead. Inside is Brave New World as he battles back gamely. And here comes Crown Time MacArthur zooming up on the outside. Crown Time MacArthur gets up by a head. And trackside the winner, the 6 Crown Time MacArthur, 10-year-old son of Brett Mahone, owned by Bob Perry of Franklin. David Perry trains, nicely handled by Donovan Jr. Second win of the season for the 10-year-old pacer, the mile in 2 minutes and 4. And the second consecutive long shot brought home on front here by Donovan Jr. That gives him a driving double. Here come the horses. Race number 6, the 6th race, the 3rd leg of the pick 3, claiming Pacers racing 1 mile. Number 1 is Starwell, owned by Mark Williams of Reynoldsburg. Virgil Morgan Jr. trains, Brent Holland drives. The 2HR Sculptured, owned by Roy Murphy and Kelly Gillis of Solana. Roy Murphy trains with Mike Wilder. 3 Sand Rook, owned by Clarence DeLong and Danny Landis of Grove City. Lloyd Hawk, the trainer, Dave Hawk driving. 4 Kentucky Thunder, owned by Dennis Blue and Catherine Gray of Ridgewood. Dennis Blue trains, Del Miller driving. The 5 Bummer 2, owned by David Hanauer of Lebanon. Steve Moore trains, Laurie Hanauer driving. Number 6 Sharp Elvis, then trained by Robert Garnett of Hamilton. Tom Kinch aboard. From post 7, an Ohio Chance, held by Ellen Matthews of Lexington. Robert Matthews, the trainer and driver. Number 8, Good Babies Don't Cry, owned and trained by Robert Burns of Dayton. Hugh Beatty Jr. 9 is Border Reaver, owned by Phil David, Bill Fountain. Rhonda Patrick trains, Phil Davey drives. And the 10 Oxymoron, owned by Bill Carruthers of Kenton. He also trains. And Dave Miller is in the sulky. Win, play, show, perfecta, trifecta. 6th race, claiming Pacers, lining up, moving in. On the backstretch, there they go. And they're off. And first away, it's Sand Rook going for the lead. Starwell from off the rail. Far outside comes Sharp Elvis. Slipping through smartly, Oxymoron gets away fourth. At the outside 5, it's Bummer 2. At the rail in 6th, HR Sculptured, 2 lengths 7th. Kentucky Thunder, another 2 lengths 8th. It's Good Babies Don't Cry. At the rail in 9th, Border Reaver. That leaves the trailer and Ohio Chance. Battling to the first quarter-mile marker. The first stop, 29 1. And now the leader is Sand Rook as he retakes the lead, and that gives Starwell a clear shot to the front end. Starwell On the outside now takes command. Sandrook is third on the inside at the rail. Bummer 2 left uncovered. Sharp Elba's is shuffle back, locked in the fourth. Here comes Oxymoron to the outer flow with cover is fifth. At the bottom, sixth, HR Sculptured alongside in seventh. Kentucky Thunder, the half, in 59-1. To the backside they go, and Starwell opens up quickly here. Starwell by 4. Sandrook on the inside is racing a second. Oxymoron sent 3 wide, but the leader getting away here as they continue down the back stretch. Starwell has extended that lead some 7 lengths. Oxymoron has his work cut out, but he's closing now. Sandrook on the inside is third. Kentucky Thunder fourth. HR Sculptured finally shakes loose, but he's sent 3 wide 5 at the 3/4, 128-2. But Starwell has a big jump here. He'll be hard to beat. Oxymoron the closest to challenge. Sandrook on the inside, and HR Sculptured is making a bid now. To the top of the stretch, it's all Starwell as he puts this field away with a big move at the backside. The battle here is now for place. HR Sculptured looks to have this one in hand, but it's Starwell at the wire. Second was HR Sculptured, third Oxymoron. Pacing the mile on 158-3. Stepping trackside into the winner's circle, winner of the 6th, the 1 Starwell, a 7-year-old son of You Look Well from the rival time mare Parvo Blonde. All by Mark Williams of Reynoldsburg, Virgil Morgan Jr., the trainer Brent Holland in the sulky. Third win of the season. Holland makes a decisive move on the backside as he opens up quickly on the field. Starwell pacing that mile at 158-3. 6th race is official. Seventh race, a claiming condition pace Stallions and Geldings racing 1 mile, purse $1,800. No changes in this field of 10, and 10 minutes until post. The one is Barnabas by Alan Honius of Miamisburg. Carl Bray, the trainer Dave Hawk drives. 2 Trooper's Choice, leased and trained by Steve Moore of Carlisle for Dave Miller. Number 3, Holly Hill Limited, owned by David Decker of Thompson, Georgia. Terry Thomas, the trainer driver. The 4, You Wouldn't Dare, then trained by Richard Householder of Junction City with Hugh Beatty Jr. 5, Mercer Lane Sam, owned and trained by Alex Spence Jr. of Grove City, Eric Lunford with the lines. The 6, Crown Time Show Me, over the Crown Time Farms of MacArthur, Earl Owings trains with Jim Daly. 7, Magic Shelby, owned by Robert Matthews of Lexington. Ken High trains, Jack Daly drives. Number 8, Frankie James, owned by Jim Hackett of Worthington, and Frank Cannon Sr. of Westerville. Chad Norman training, Jeff out driving. From post 9, Jerk and Jake, owned by Richard and Doug Ryan of Howard. Doug Ryan, the trainer driver. And the 10, Warplane, owned by Doug Parker of Canal Winchester, Harry Berger of Columbus. Doug Parker trains, Don Irvin Jr. in the sulky. Win Play Show trifecta, twin tri-wager. On the backstretch, nearing the start. And they're off, and firing away is Mercer Lane Sam. Several horses going off stride, leaving. Mercer Lane Sam with a quick early burst of speed here has a lead by 3. To the outside, Jerkin Jake also flashing some pace, gets away second. Trooper's Choice from the inside is third. On the inside and racing fourth, Warplane. At the bottom 5, Magic Shelby, 3 lengths, 6th. It's Crown Time Show Me. On the inside and racing as 7th as they reach that first quarter-mile marker. You Wouldn't Dare, the opening quarter, 29-1. Coming through the stretch for the first time, and it's Mercer Lane Sam with a lead by a length and a half, 2. Jerkin Jake is second. Trooper's Choice third. Warplane, 3 lengths, 4th. At the middle and 5, Magic Shelby to the inside and racing a 6th. Crown Time Show Me. Frankie James comes to the outside at 7th. Far back 8th. You Wouldn't Dare for the back 9th. Barnabas and far back Holly Hill Limited. Past a half in a minute and 1. And on the outside now as they move to the backstretch, here comes Warplane as Irvine shifts gears with him. Warplane's sent to the front end here to the inside. Mercer Lane Sam battles back gamely second. Frankie James gapping the cover is third. At the middle and fourth is the 80-1 shot. Jerkin Jake into the final turn, and Mercer Lane Sam uses the inside to his advantage. 3/4, 1:29.4, but Warplane stuck right there with them. On the outside, here comes Frankie James in a striking position. Jerkin Jake is right there on the inside fourth. Turning for home at less than an eighth, and down the stretch they come in. Warplane all flaps down here as they have the lead by 2. Warplane on the outside. It comes Frankie James, but it's Warplane touching down here in 2 minutes and 1. Warplane, a 4-year-old Ohio bred son of Simcoe Hanover from the Nero mare Silky Sarah, owned by Doug Parker of Canal Winchester, Harry Berger of Columbus. Doug Parker, the trainer, Don Irvin Jr. in the sulky. Second season's victory for the 4-year-old pacer, the mile in 2 minutes and 1/5. And for Don Irvin Jr., that's 3 tonight, giving him a driving triple. Carryover 7. 8th race claiming pacers on the track, parading to the post, racing 1 mile, purse $2,000. No changes in this field of 9. 9 minutes to post. The one is sealed and stamped, owned by Philip New of Waverly. Ron Barker, the trainer, Sean Barker drives. Number 2, Too Critical, owned by Dave and Eileen Bainter of Columbus. Virgil Morgan Jr. training, Brent Holland driving. The 3, Sent a Deal, owned by Clarence DeLong of Grove City. Daryl Hoosier trains, Jim Daly drives. Number 4, Rolling Start, owned by Pamela Henauer of Lebanon. Steve Moore trains, Lori Henauer drives. The 5, Prince Yara A, owned by Larry Samuels and Sheldon Sinai of Columbus. Alex Spence Jr., the trainer, Eric Lunford. From post 6 comes 2-Bit Die Job, owned by Charles Autry of Cincinnati. David Perry training, Dave Miller. 7, Tara's Terror, owned by Robert Bryan of Washington Courthouse. He trains, Jack Daly drives. The 8, Vice Speed, owned by Ken Valerian of Aurora. Don Irvin Jr., the trainer driver. And the 9, Give It the Gun, owned by Richard Stevens and Sal Nasser of Columbus. Roy Murphy trains, Mike Wilder in the sulky. Win play show perfect to trifecta wagering. 8 minutes to post time, 8 minutes. This field on the backside, there they go. And they're off. 2-Bit Die Job from the outside, going it for the lead. Too Critical from the inside, and between these two, it's Sent a Deal. Seal and Stamp from off the inside is 4th. Angling in 5 comes Vice Speed. 2 lengths in 6th, Prince Sierra A. Another 2 lengths 7th. Rolling Start. 3 lengths 8th, the Tara's Terror, the trailer. Give It the Gun. Maybe the first quarter-mile marker. And Print 2-Bit Die Job and Too Critical are going at it here. The opening quarter, 28-1. Down to the stretch, 2-Bit Die Job has a lead, and he'll control the tempo. Too Critical on the inside behind him, goes off stride, and Too Critical on a break here. And here comes Sealed and Stamp moving quickly to the outside. Sent a Deal drives up into the pocket. Vice Speed at the wheel is 4th. Rolling Start, 5th on the inside, to the outside, and 6th. Give It the Gun. Racing 7th on the inside as they reach the half. Prince Yara A, the half in 1 minute flat. A moderate pace now for 2-Bit Die Job. Perfect trip here, and here comes Irvine on the outside with Vice Speed. They make their bid for the lead. Vice Speed was sitting 4th, but he pulls the pocket to the outside, and Vice Speed now getting up to the leader's wheel. Down the backside, and it's 2-Bit Die Job of the lead. Vice Speed up on the outside, pressuring the leader. Sent a Deal of the pocket has yet to be moved 3rd. The outside and 4th. Give It the Gun has come a long ways. 3/4 and 1:30. Around the final turn, and it's 2-Bit Die Job by a half. But Vice Speed is right there, a closing second. Set to deal, set to strike, give it the gun 3 wide, lost in an 8th, and down the stretch they come. Miller going to work on 2-bit die job. Vice Speed to the outside, set to deal, down to the inside, give it the gun to the outside into deep stretch. 2-bit die job by a neck. Second was a 3, set to deal. Top of the mile, 2 minutes and 4. Unofficial winner, number 6, 2-bit die job. Second, the 3, set to deal. Third, number 8, Vice Speed. Trackside, the winner, number 6, 2-bit die job, 4-year-old son of Chief's Crown. For the Beams Eagle mare, it'll be fine. But Charles Autry of Cincinnati, David Perry trains Dave Miller in the sulky. 5th win of the season for the 4-year-old pacer, the mile in 2 minutes and 4/5. And for driver Dave Miller, that's a driving double on tonight's card. Here's the field, 9th race, pacing Stallions and Gildings, racing 1 mile, purse $1,800. The 3 horses a late scratch, post time in 10 minutes. Number 1, Hills 98. Double the syndicate of Dewerson, Holler, Button, Wingardner of Ohio, Dan Eater trains, Dave Miller drives. The 2 Magic Ace, owned by Tim Lee of Springfield, Mike Lee driving. Rather, the trainer, Mike Lee. Jack Daly drives. Jack Daly. 3 is scratched, the 4 Bestest Friend, owned by Larry Fullen of Columbus. Adam Broker training Darren Mausera. 5 Briggsy, owned by Ken Briggs of Dayton and Mark Collier of New Paris. Robert Burns training, Hugh Beatty Jr. driving. Number 6 Avila Rebo, owned by Melby Ober of Cable and Hildebrand trains. Drivers change to Eric Ledford. 7 Dr. Einstein, owned by Don and Carol Lehman of Columbus. Leo Groves trains, Terry Groves drives. 8 Darton Charlie, owned by Clarence DeLong of Grove City. Beverly Clark, the trainer, Down Irvin Jr. Number 9 Dart Attack, owned by Robert Belcher of Hudson. Lloyd Hawk trains, Dave Hawk in the bike. And the 10 Stonehammer, owned by Ross Britton of Newark. Ross Britton trains, Brent Holland in the sulky. They're on the backside. There they go. And they're off. And far outside, it's Dart Attack. First for the lead and Dart Attack. Charging to the front end, Hills 98 towards the inside. Gets away second. Magic Ace finds a seat quickly. Third. Stonehammer slips through fourth. At the wheel of 5, Bestest Friend circling us. 6th comes Darton Charlie. At the wheel 7th, Briggsy. 3 lengths, 8th. It's Avila Rebo, the trailer 9th, Dr. Einstein. Maybe the first quarter mile marker. Everybody making a quarter move here. Hills 98, the first on the outside, takes the lead. First stop in 29 and 2. And Stonehammer now takes his turn on the front, and he's followed closely by Darton Charlie. And Darton Charlie now takes his turn, and Darton Charlie sent to the front end here, takes the lead from Stonehammer. Into the clubhouse turn, and now the 8-1 Darton Charlie calling the shot. Stonehammer on the inside follows second. Hills 98 is third at the rail. Inside and fourth, it's Dart Attack. Half and 58 and 3. Turning to the backstretch, and with the lead, it's Darton Charlie and Red Hot Servan on the inside, have the lead here by 2.5, 3. Stonehammer to the inside is second. Hills 98 waits third, followed by Dart Attack fourth. Briggsy, the first to move from their back, now 5th. At the outside is 6th comes Avila Rebo, 3 wide, and 7th is Dr. Einstein. At the final turn, 3/4, 129 and 1. And Darton Charlie is solid leader here, but now to the outside comes Stonehammer as he makes his second bid for the lead. And Hills 98 moves into position. Dart Attack slipping up the inside at 30-1. Less than an 1/8 of a mile to go, and down the stretch they come, and Irvine is going to work on Darton Charlie. Stonehammer on the outside. Hills 98 for their outside. Briggsy alive, looking to move between horses. But Irvine takes 4 of the night with Darton Charlie.
Here's the winner, number 8, Darton Charlie. 4-year-old Ohio-bred son of Billy Darch from the crash mare, Flying Jill, owned by Clarence DeLong, Beverly Clark Trains, and Don Irvin Jr., the driver. Third win of the season, equaling his career mark, 2:01 and 1/5.